Chapter 985 of One Piece was genius. I'm not saying this because I picked up on something that you guys didn't, or I noticed something that Oda did very obscurely that is just amazing. No. The fact that Kaido killed, quote unquote, killed Orochi, and that Kaido and Big Mom were shown on such an equal standing is, to me, genius. The reason I say this is because for many chapters leading up to this moment in chapter 985, we would have multiple individuals within the One Piece community, multiple videos, multiple fans. Even if you're not a part of the community, it really genuinely felt like Big Mom and Kaido's alliance was having some major issues and that it was going to fall flat anytime soon. I think I even said it in a few of my reviews that Big Mom and Kaido's alliance is probably going to come to a failure or is going to collapse really soon, and there was multiple reasons for thinking this. Firstly, you had the entire thing with the Big Mom pirates that were at the waterfall, them being kicked off by Marco, and the fact that they didn't know about the escalator that brings them in from the rear of Wano, that brings them into Onigashima. The fact that they didn't know about that pathway and that route to get into Wano, that to me told me that they were already having some issues in the Big Mom Kaido alliance, that there wasn't much communication, and that Kaido was perhaps keeping some information to himself and not giving up everything about the alliance to Big Mom and treating her as an equal. Withholding valuable information and knowledge is something I'd actually expect of a newly formed alliance, and that's something I respected Kaido for, because I thought, you know, this man's got his head screwed on, he knows he can't play right here, he needs to just make sure that he's accounting for anything that could happen. Because for all we know, Big Mom throws a tantrum and just ends up trying to fight Kaido in the coming chapters. And that's why I was expecting that to be the case. I thought Kaido was withholding knowledge from her, and that was like a little hint that this alliance is going to shit slowly but surely. On the other hand, we had all of these interactions between Kaido and Orochi where it seemed like there was no issues at all with them. They were doing fine. Kaido was working alongside Orochi, he was calm around him, it seemed like they shared everything with each other, and this was bizarre because Orochi seems like somebody that is quite weak, just off of an impression. Initial impression when you see Orochi, you think this guy isn't a formidable fighter. You don't think he has that much power to him. But Kaido was still willing to, I guess, bring himself down and speak to this man as an equal and be on an equal standing with him for over 20 years. So I was always wondering why that was the case. But in the latest chapter, chapter 985, it turns out that Kaido was just using this man the entire time and he just happily took his head off. Now, whether or not Orochi is actually dead is completely besides the point. Orochi could be alive. I won't deny that possibility. I personally do think he's probably dead, but he very well could be alive. But I don't think that matters, because regardless, Kaido is no longer on this guy's side. He is no longer with Orochi, which means Orochi is powerless, and his role as an antagonistic force in this arc has been somewhat diminished. The second Kaido sliced off his head and he no longer had Kaido backing him up, he became worthless, and I feel like it's damn near certain that within the coming chapters, Orochi's samurai and all of his men are probably going to switch sides and join under Kaido. They're going to join under his banner, and they're all going to, you know, fight for Kaido and the Beast Pirates. I'm talking about like the Mimawarigumi, the Oniwa Banshu, Fukuro Kujo, all of those guys. I do think we can expect them to join under the banner of the Beast Pirates in the next couple of chapters. Because Kaido offered them to join, and they just saw their leader's head get chopped off, and they know of the terror of Kaido's power, so they're not going to want to play games unless we have someone a bit, you know, crazy in there, someone who's overly powerful that we didn't know about, but I still extremely doubt that. Regardless, all of that is besides the point. The point is, Orochi has no power anymore, and Kaido has betrayed Orochi. And why this is so genius to me is because the entire time, the entire build-up, everybody expected it to be a build-up for Kaido and Big Mom to have a falling out and for that alliance to have some sort of betrayal go down. But no, Oda actually curveballed us. He made Kaido betray Orochi, and what he done is in that very same chapter, he made Kaido and Big Mom's relationship even firmer. He made their bond seem a lot stronger than it was before this chapter, and now they're actually speaking to each other on an equal standing. Kaido was like the only person, the only individual alive in the entire One Piece world that can speak to Big Mom and tell her to calm down and to listen to him, and she'll actually listen and obey them. That is just insane to me, how they feel like they're on equal standings, they're put side by side, and Kaido isn't saying, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna have this massive war where everyone is killed and I'm gonna find the One Piece. No, he's saying, we are going to do this. We are going to find a One Piece. Again, putting Big Mom and himself on a similar pedestal. And that is something I really like, because in my opinion, this is the Yonko saga. And in Wano, both Big Mom and Kaido need to be defeated. The narrative for Big Mom being defeated by Luffy and the Straw Hats has been there since Fishman Island, and it's something people need to stop overlooking because it's important. I genuinely don't think a third party can just show up and deal with Big Mom. It has to be the Straw Hats who deal with her. Same goes for Kaido. The plotline for taking out Kaido has been there since Punk Hazard, and I'm not talking about how we can do this logically and how this can be done in a way that makes sense from a power scaling standpoint. I'm just saying, for story purposes, both Kaido and Big Mom should be going out in this arc, unless Big Mom is never defeated by Luffy and she just, you know, I guess changes her affiliation and becomes good, because there's no way in hell we're getting her an Elbaf. I understand a lot of people think that, but I genuinely doubt Oda is going to recycle the same antagonist for 3 arcs straight, because whatever arc Big Mom is in, she's going to be one of the main individuals or most prominent individuals in that arc, because this is a Yonko. Her power is tremendous, and her just being present on Elbaf with the Straw Hats means they are bound to have a fight, and she has to be dealt with, and it's not going to be easy to deal with her, which again just adds to this overall thing of her needing to be defeated here. And I think it just makes a lot more sense for her to go down here, considering the way the story has been progressing. If Big Mom isn't defeated here, then when is she defeated? Big Mom has to be dealt with. We can't have the same Yonko being dealt with 3 arcs in a row. There are bigger things at hand here. We got Blackbeard to think about, we got a Shanks reunion in the works, we got the final war against the world government, Rafter, all of that. So Big Mom being recycled for a 3rd arc in a row is something that I genuinely cannot see happening, and I think her story is complete here in Wano. There's been nearly 80 chapters of this arc so far, and Big Mom has had some of the most screen time. She's had a tremendous amount of focus. We even had a Luffy versus Big Mom little skirmish in Udon, which I'm guessing is setting up a future conflict between them in this arc, and it's very well possible that Luffy and the Straw Hats and the Alliance defeat both Kaido and Big Mom in this arc. So yeah, I did kind of go off topic there and I just went on a bit of a tangent, but that's because I do think Big Mom is somebody in this arc whose relevance is heavily undermined by the fan base. And there is also the fact that this is the first time, well, not the first time, one of the first times I'm making a video without writing a script, and I'm just speaking into the microphone and just going along with it as we go. So the quality of what I'm saying might not be as good as my scripted videos, but I'm trying to get a hang of this because I feel like it will be a lot better for time and let me pump out more videos. And some things don't require a script. I can just share my ideas on certain topics without needing to write a script, because this, the fact that chapter 985 is genius, is something that, you know, I don't need to write a script about. It's just the fact that Oda managed to make us think Kaido and Big Mom are going to go through something that is going to destroy their alliance, whilst at the same time making Kaido and Orochi look like they were on close terms and everything was good between them, and then in 985 flips that on the head, makes Kaido kill Orochi, regardless of whether he's dead or not. The outcome is the same, whether he's dead or alive. He makes him kill Orochi, quote unquote, and then makes the Kaido Big Mom alliance seem incredibly strong and firm. Like there's nothing that can break them right now, unless, you know, Luffy shows up, Big Mom goes on her on her typical tantrum, you know, angry mode, and Kaido has to try to control her and they get into a little skirmish. Who knows? We'll have to see about that. But for now, I am very happy with the way Oda did this. Very satisfied, because I didn't see it coming. I genuinely did not, and I feel like it was an excellently crafted plot twist that makes a lot of sense when you think about the character motivations. And when you just think about it, it's like, why the hell is Kaido, somebody who views power more than anything, why is Kaido on equal terms with somebody like Orochi, somebody who he could probably destroy with a flick of his finger? And, you know, that's something I was wondering for a long time, and I was thinking maybe there was some family relationship or something. Perhaps Wano is where Kaido originates from, and perhaps he had some ties to the Kurozumi. I was thinking there was like a ton of different possibilities for this, but no, it's just because he was using him, which is the most simple way to execute it, but it makes the most sense. Kaido needed him in order to achieve his goals. He needed his weapons, he needed his land, he needed his power, he needed his status in the world, and he used him, and now he's done using him, and he's going to turn New Onigashima into the new capital, and he's going to try and take over the world this way and turn Yamato, his son, into the shogun. So I actually really like what Kaido did here. It painted him in a way we haven't seen him painted in yet. We haven't even seen this from Big Mom. He just seems like this massive, menacing, villainous threat that needs to be taken care of. And that is a way we haven't seen Kaido so far. Because I actually enjoyed Kaido with his, you know, I like him like this. I didn't really enjoy him being this chilled, laid back, overly thinking kind of guy. I want to see Meathead Kaido. I want to see, you know, the guy we saw in chapter 795, the guy that shouted, "Hurry up, Joker, and bring me my smiles." That's the Kaido I want to see, and I'm glad that this chapter gave us that Kaido, and hopefully we can continue to get that Kaido moving forward with the war portion of this arc. But that is it for today's video though, guys. Again, this is quite a scuffed video, it's not scripted or anything. Let me know if you like this format of video where I just talk to you guys, and like the video if you enjoyed, comment below your thoughts. Let me know what you think of the Kaido Big Mom alliance, and as always, subscribe for more One Piece content if you haven't already. I've been Fiji, peace.